Hello everyone, this is Amod Dilip Rao Kale, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Swami Vivekananda Senior College, Mantha. Today we are going to discuss conventional representation of electrochemical cell. We know that in electrochemistry we are dealing with the conversion of energy like chemical into electrical, potential into kinetic, vice versa. Similarly, this conversion, like electrical into chemical, vice versa, occurs due to the spontaneous reaction and non-spontaneous reactions occurs. Now, these reactions occurs due to the cell consists of electrodes called as metallic electrodes, which are dipped into the electrolytic solution, where this electrolytic solution dissociates to form ions and ions, which undergoes the oxidation and reduction on their respective electrodes. So the electron transfer takes place, which is current flows. So we can represent this cell in a specific format in order to write down where the half cell present, like cathode half cell, anode half cell. For this reason, we have to use or we have to study this conventional representation of electrochemical cell. For that, we have to know what is electrolytic cell. Now see in this figure, the electrolytic cell, where the beaker dipped into the, where this content consists of the electrolytic solution, which forms the ions, and two metallic electrodes are connected to the external source called the battery, where these ions, positive charge cation, negatively charged called anion, undergoes the oxidation and reduction phenomena called as the redox reaction, where the electron flows means the current flows. So here in this electrolytic cell, a cell in which the non-spontaneous chemical reactions occur, means non-spontaneous reaction means a reactions which does not occur under a set of conditions. So in this electrolytic cell we are produced electric current by chemical reactions called as the electrolytic cell. Here in electrolytic cell, chemical reactions are produced by passage of electricity. So this is the figure as already I mentioned here. Now similarly we know what is electrochemical cell. This electrochemical cell is also called as galvanic cell, Voltaic cell, and this cell is defined as a cell in which the electricity can be generated by spontaneous redox reaction is known as electrochemical cell. And in this cell, a spontaneous redox reactions occurs, means the reaction takes place under a specific condition. Now see in this figure, the two beaker consist of the solution, where it consists of two metallic electrodes which are connected by the external source, and now these two beakers or two metal conductors are internally connected by this inverted U-shaped bridge called as a salt bridge. So these two metal electrodes are internally connected by the known concept called as the salt bridge. Here in this electrochemical cell, we have to construct this by the combination of two half cells connected internal by salt bridge and externally by conductors. So this is the figure of electrochemical cell. Now we have to differentiate electrolytic cell and electrochemical cell. As already I told you that electrolytic cell and electrochemical cell. Now electrolytic cell, it converts electrical energy into the chemical energy and use to bring about non-spontaneous chemical reaction, and here electrical energy is consumed. That means in electrolytic cell we are converting electrical energy into chemical energy, and this occurs under a non-spontaneous chemical reaction where the electrical energy is consumed, and this that is it is used in the extraction of metals and electroplating. While in case of electrochemical cell, this electrochemical cell convert chemical energy into the electrical energy and is used to produce electricity from spontaneous chemical reaction, and here electrical energy is produced. Examples are dry cells, lead accumulator, etc. Now we have to represent the electrochemical cell in a conventional representation. So this cell diagram is abbreviated representation of electrochemical cell, and this cell consists of two half cells in contact with the metal ion solution. The one electron involves oxidation at anode and other involves reduction at cathode. So, in 1953, IUPAC recommended following convention for writing the cell diagram. So, there are some rules to write down the cell diagram. Using this rule, we can write the cell diagram of any cell. The rule first, oxidation electrode, that is at anode, always forms left part, and reduction electrode, that is cathode, forms right part of the cell. Rule number second, half cell is represented by interposing vertical line or semicolon between the metal and the electrolyte. Now see the rule number first and second. The half cell are separated by the semicolon and similarly by vertical line. Now see the anode half cell and cathode half cell. The cathode half cell is written on the right hand side, and anode half cell is written on the left side of the cell, and these half cell are separated by semicolon or vertical line. Rule number 3. In case of gas electrode, gas is adsorbed on inert metal like platinum. The symbol of inert metal is often enclosed in a bracket. Now say in this example, if a gas electrode is used, then this gas is absorbed on an inert metal like platinum. So this inert metal like platinum is written under the bracket like as in this example. Rule number 4. After writing the half cell, after writing the vertical line and semicolon, the rule number 4 says that whenever a complete cell diagram, the double vertical line is interposed between two half cells, if a Sard bridge is used in connecting two electrodes of the cell, whereas dotted line is used if porous partition is used. Now say in this example, the anode half cell, which is written on the left side, that is zinc dipositive, cathode half cell, that is copper dipositive, copper. Both the half cells are internally connected by two vertical line, and this two vertical line is indicating the salt bridge, and which indicating that the two half cells are interconnected by salt bridge. Rule number 5. In this rule number 5, we have to write the EMF of the cell towards the right hand side of the cell diagram, and similarly we have to mention the concentration of electrolyte in a bracket, whatever the concentration is given in the cell. This is rule number 5. Rule number 6. After completion of a cell diagram, we can calculate the EMF of a cell, and this EMF of cell can be calculated by using the formula E cell equals to ER minus EL, or E cathode minus E anode. Here, if EMF of cell occurs positively, it indicates that electric current flows from anode to the cathode through the external circuit, and if EMF of cell is negative, then it indicates that cell is not visible in the given and direction, and reaction will not take place in the solution, or it will take place in the reverse direction. So this is overall about the conventional representation of electrochemical cell. So stay home, stay happy, stay healthy.